We'll call the regular board meeting to order.
Thank you, Mr. President. I recommend approval of the agenda as presented.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Mr. President, I make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a yes/no roll call vote. Dr. Rudolph,
Yes.
Dr. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Southern,
Yes.
Mr. Woods,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. And with that, the agenda is approved.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do have some correspondence from the Alabama Association of School Boards. Some of our school board members have achieved levels in the AASB School Board Member Academy during the 1920 academy year, which ended back on June the 30th. And I believe the school board members have been notified of their achievements. And we certainly applaud their commitment to their school board service as well as our school system. And I do have some certificates and plaques and different things to present to you all tonight. And some are getting certificates, some are getting plaques, some are even getting a little placard, I guess, that's a date that have already achieved certain levels. So at this time, I'm going to present a level 3 certificate, and y'all can hold your applause to the end. A level 3 certificate to Dr. Jamie Stoddard. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. And then I have a level 4 plaque for Dr. Celia Rudolph. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And then Mr. Wood has already achieved master's board member status, and this is a second-year date plate, Mr. Wood, to go on your plaque that I'm sure is hanging over your mantle.
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations to you all. And also, there's a recognition for you as well, Mr. Southern, Master Honor Roll. And so congratulations to you. Now, Dr. Davis has not been a board member long enough to achieve any of these levels, but I'm sure she's on a crash course to getting a certificate. So thank you to all of our board members. Thank you to all of our board members for outstanding service and your commitment to continuing education as a board member. All right. The next item on the agenda is a resolution honoring Sharon Smith, and this is a tough moment for a superintendent and a tough moment for our school system, having an employee that works here in the central office pass away suddenly as she did last week. She had a beautiful funeral service on Saturday. Many of you were there, and Sharon loved the Muscle Shoals Trojans. She loved her Alabama football. She loved her Tennessee Titans. She would have been at the band concerts if we would have had them, because she was an avid supporter of the arts. She loved our jazz band program, and she is going to be sorely missed here at the central office, but also throughout the school system. So at this time, I'm going to read this resolution of the Muscle Shoals Board of Education, whereas Ms. Sharon Gail Smith, a former employee of the Muscle Shoals City Schools, served as an accounting clerk at the central office for 21 years, from July 1st, 1999 to November the 10th, 2020. And whereas Ms. Smith was dedicated to her various job responsibilities where she displayed knowledge and efficiency in the area of financial services, and whereas Ms. Smith loved and supported the Muscle Shoals school system, which was demonstrated by her consistent attendance at band, musical, theater, and sporting events. And whereas the members of the Muscle Shoals Board of Education, Muscle Shoals School System Administration, central office employees, and individual school personnel are grateful for Ms. Smith's service, dedication, and friendship, and are deeply saddened by her sudden death. Now, therefore, be it resolved in expression of sincere gratitude and appreciation for the valuable contributions Ms. Smith made to the overall educational program of the Muscle Shoals City Schools, that a copy of this resolution be entered into the November 16th, 2020 minutes of the Muscle Shoals Board of Education. And Mr. President, this resolution, if there is no objection, will be entered into the minutes tonight. And I can't think of a better segue from that to bragging on our school system and bragging on one of the schools in our system, that is the Muscle Shoals Middle School. And I will recognize Mr. Goodwin, and I know he has a video queued up that Kevin Stevenson will play for us now. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Ordinarily, a picture of garbage cans in the middle of the hallway would not be very significant, but they are this year. I'm sure that has to do with the way y'all are forced to do lunch in the age of COVID, but thank you, Mr. Goodwin, for that video, and we appreciate the good work you guys are doing at Muscle Shoals Middle School. All right, Mr. President, moving right along under business action items, for the consent agenda, the board has been furnished with background material on each item or has discussed the item at a previous meeting. Consent agenda items will be acted upon with one vote without discussion. If a board member wants to discuss any item, it will be pulled from the consent agenda and voted on separately. Under the consent agenda tonight, we have the minutes from the October 19th regular board meeting, bills and accounts for September end of year financial report, and the September bank statements have been reconciled. Bills and accounts for October, the October financial report, and those statements have also been reconciled. We have a C&P supplemental grocery bid that was opened just earlier today, surplus equipment declaration, salary schedule revision on the administrator salary schedule, and an extension of our temporary nurses in each building that we talked about during the work session. Does any board member wish to pull an item from the consent agenda? Hearing none, Mr. President, I recommend approval of the consent agenda as presented.
Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a yes/no roll call vote. Dr. Rudolph?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Southern?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes, and with that, we approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. President. Excuse me. And with that, I recommend approval of the personnel report as presented.
Do I have a motion to approve the personnel report as presented?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the personnel report as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a yes/no roll call vote. Dr. Rudolph?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Southern?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
The chair votes yes. With that, we approve the personnel report.
All right, for the benefit of the audience, the personnel report consists of the following. Under resignation and retirement, Kathy Wagner, secretary at Muscle Shoals High School. Under leave, Sherry Arthur, catastrophic leave extension for the spring 2021 term. Mrs. Arthur has accumulated enough sick leave days to extend that through the end of the year. Under transfer and reassignment, Dennis Connor from non-resident attendance and instructional support coordinator to director of federal programs and career tech education effective January the 1st. Jeff Madden from assistant principal at Muscle Shoals High School to contract principal and associate director of career tech education at the Career Academy, also effective January the 1st. Under other contract employment and supplemental assignments, Leanne Malone, community education program extended day aide, temporary part-time hourly per the schedule arranged, not to exceed 20 hours per week at $25 per hour, no benefits. Under Tech Innovator Team Supplements to be paid from the budgeted Title II funds, that'll be for half fall, half spring. Janet Burnett, $2,000. The rest of these are all $1,500. Sandy Armstrong, Hal Grace Preschool. Lindsay Wallace, Webster. Cheryl Lockhart at McBride. Grace Ann Bonds at the middle school, and Anna Ryan at the high school and career academy. Jean Ann Gifford, supplementary invoice instruction for Muscle Shoals Performing Arts during the 2020-21 school year to be paid from funds collected from students utilizing her services. Kelly Nichols, $250 for AP coordinator honorarium for the 2020-21 school year to be paid from College Board's funds. Leslie Jones, Connor Osborne, and Jenny Lee Cottrell, extra teaching block assignment to cover the medical leave beginning approximately November the 12th through February the 12th of next year. And that, of course, will be flexible due to the leave needs of the teacher. And of course, this was due to difficulty finding a certified math teacher to fill that leave. And we've seen that at the high school as well. And that they will be paid according to their calculated rate. And then this is not a board action item, but for informational purposes only. The following individuals will be employed through Kelly Staffing, and that is Lakin Mann, special education teacher at McBride, to cover the leave. And that is the personnel report. I'm going to pull it up on my phone, Ms. Wolfo. Do you have it? Always good to have a good secretary ready to save you when something doesn't get in the packet. Okay, as far as our superintendent's report, I would like to thank all of our schools who continue to think outside the box this year. Last week we celebrated Veterans Day, and as we mentioned earlier, we had to celebrate Veterans Day in a very non-traditional way, and some of our schools, maybe all of them, had some sort of virtual Veterans Day program, and we do appreciate that. They were very good, and I appreciate the time and effort that individuals put into putting those programs together and still giving our students that experience. Speaking of honoring people, Governor Ivey has proclaimed November the 16th through the 22nd as Thank Alabama Teachers Week. Individuals and businesses throughout the state are encouraged to express gratitude to the men and women currently going above and beyond for both their students and their communities. I do congratulate our community ed program and their director, Monica Jeffries, and our after-school program, Ms. Jeffries, and her program's response to COVID-19 has been recognized by the Alabama After School and Community Education Network as one of the 3 exemplary programs to operate this year despite the challenges of the pandemic. Dr. Davis would like to recognize Harper Branscombe and Zach Granger of the cross-country team. Both of these students recently qualified for the state track meet, which will be held at the Oakville Indian Mounds. Harper placed 12th overall in 6A boys sectional with a time of 17 minutes and 6 seconds. Zach placed 25th overall with a time of 18 minutes and 11 seconds. Also, we recognize Lauren McBrayer. Lauren is the high school DAR Good Citizen for the class of 2021 and the 2nd place overall winner in the Colbert County DAR essay contest. From Tiffany Stonecipher, our work-based learning program instructor, she updates us each month on the gross wages and work hours and total economic impact of our work-based learning students. And gross wages since June the 8th was over $52,000, work hours 6,181, and the total economic impact of our work-based learning students is over $364,000. So that is awesome, and we appreciate the work that those students and Ms. Stonecipher do in that program. I've also dropped the core beliefs that I mentioned during the work session. As we continue to work on our strategic plan, I have placed those core beliefs that our Superintendent's Advisory Committee, as well as our administrative team, have devised, and they are there for you and will be entered into the minutes of this meeting tonight. And with that, Mr. President, that's all I have.
Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a yes, no roll call vote. Dr. Rudolph?
Yes.
Dr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Southern?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
The chair votes yes, and with that, the meeting's adjourned.
Thank you so much.